This is Korith Landwalker, and tonight is another exciting episode of Star Trek Online. Before we kick things off, just a minor, not exactly programming note, but something that may be of interest to people who might be tuning into this stream, either now or at some point in the future. It seems that the first episodes, or more accurately the first season of Star Trek Discovery, will be aired on CBS Standard. It'll be on Thursdays, starting on September 24th at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure how the West Coast folks will get that. I'm not going to get into that. But if you are interested in seeing Discovery, but hate the concept of shelling out money to go to CBS's all-access streaming service, that may not be a bad plan. It's a thought. It's up to the viewer to decide whether or not that's the route they want to go. So, with that out of the way, let's recap where things stand with Tellel, my representative of the Romulan Republic. Last week, the character got to start working with Starfleet. Of course, they immediately got her involved with something of significant interest to the Romulan Republic. A faction of Remans led by one named Obasek, who has in his possession a number of Thalaron triggers and weapons and the like. Something that had come up earlier in this
we know from the
set
information
of episodes.
I have
Not
new
yet, we're
missions
not
for.
ready to talk here. The first two episodes here, well, the two in-game episodes, involved infiltrating a weapons research development facility called the Vault, and then going to Ifar here to find out why it was on the hit list for the Remans. Turns out the Tal Shiar have a presence here, including our old friend Hakib. Hakib has been a thorn in our side since, pretty much the day we left the colony world of Viranat. And he keeps getting away like a cockroach. Well, we'll see if we can't get at him later on here. We're going to take care of a bit of administrivia here. We're going to do a little bit more research on the engineering front. So hopefully that will make it easier to build singularity cores if I do not have an appropriately leveled one at some point. That's the plan at any rate. We'll take care of some of our duty officer assignments.
Congratulations, Commander.
Which is just leveled me, so that'll be an extra bonus. I've gotten a commendation rank from all that. As mentioned in the past, duty officer missions fall under different categories, and once you succeed in so many missions in the category, you get a commendation rank in that category. And that allows you to buy a special duty officer in the store. Now I am going to grab the warp core engineer here because, well, a couple reasons. One of which is I'm pretty sure that the warp core engineer, despite the title, can help with the construction of singularity cores. Unfortunately, I can't really. Well, maybe I can check it out. Didn't I just get this? Okay. That was strange. In the event, if I were to build, say, a Mark 12 Singularity Core, I would need a warp theorist. And hey, I've got a pretty good warp theorist as it is right now. Oh, no, I don't actually. That is the one I picked up. That is the one I picked up. So, where did that duty officer go? Okay, well, that was interesting. Let's go down here. Warp core engineer. Okay, warp theorist is what I need for the singularity cores. Oh well, but that gives me the excuse of putting this on active space duty because this one gives me the chance of improving ship power on the use of any emergency power ability. And look, I have 2 emergency power abilities right here. Clearly a good choice, even if it didn't quite work out the way I expected it to. I'm going to grab a couple of these duty officer assignment missions before we start rolling. That takes care of the current map. Let's grab the ones that are personal. Personal missions have the benefit of being available no matter what sector I'm in. They're also a little more limited. They also recharge faster. Once you've gone through them, you'll see we have a shipboard update. I think they go either every hour or every 2 hours. I don't recall which. Whereas sector updates are every 4 hours. But since you tend to travel through a whole lot of sectors in this game, that's not as terrible as it sounds. Finally, we'll do skill purchasing. I'm tempted to go to the auxiliary, but I'm thinking I might increase my long-range weaponry. Make them easier to hit that way. Not so much easier to hit, I guess. It's more along the lines of do more damage at a long distance. That is something I can really get behind. Alright. For some reason, I have a patrol in my list here. I don't know why it automatically accepted it, but I'm not interested in having it in there right now. It's going to be episodic run today, and that's where we're going. And look.
We know from the information you recovered from the FotR's system that the Tal Shiar are planning to attack a Riemann settlement in the Dara system. We have an opportunity to reach the settlement first.
No resemblance to
It may be
Arendelle
possible for you to gain the trust of the Riemann saboteurs, or at the very least, to learn more of their motives and their base of operations. While Starfleet is constrained against interfering with internal matters of other galactic powers, you are not limited in this fashion.
Good of you to notice that, Admiral.
I must warn you to avoid drawing the Federation any further into confrontations that may be avoidable. Starfleet Command is extending a great deal of trust to you with this mission. Please try to avoid precipitating an interstellar war with any rash or impetuous actions.
Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. I'd kind of like to get him on our side personally, because, you know, any enemy of someone like Hakeem is a friend of mine. Possible rewards. The usual expertise, experience point, and lithium rewards. I apparently will be getting all 3 of these consoles. Directed energy for beam weapons, warheads for torpedoes, and free fire for cannons. And they're all blue quality stuff. These are pretty good tactical consoles. And I can choose between a pistol or a rifle for Rhineland disruptor beams. Choices.
I have new missions for you.
So we are going to go to the Dara 4 system. where, as you'll recall, we found out that the Tal Shiar were marketing it on their list of places to blow up. So it would be a good idea if we got there first. You know, when I look at the ship here without the way the green is on here, it almost makes me think of the Borg. Hopefully the Republic wasn't so crazy as to include Borg tech in their starships here. We can but hope. And while I'm traveling, what I should have been doing was checking to see if there was any missions I could be running for my duty officers. No such luck so far. I suppose I could use department heads, but I'm really in no hurry to level through and all that. I mean, if you take a look at here on our list of episodes here, we are currently in Freedom here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 entire groups of episode arcs to go through. I think I can handle not speeding through. So, let's see if the cold does bother me anyway. Yes, I know I'm probably going to be slapping a lot of those references in this stream today, because with a title like that, how can I not? Okay, Remans are jamming our sensors, so we need a guide. Well, that's going to be kind of difficult, isn't it? Communication satellite nearby. Modify it, give it a signal, fake for the Remans, tell someone to investigate, we lock on them and we follow them. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Almost too easy. Oh goody, another micronebula. But looks like we can hide the Reman ship when we send the fake distress signal. Of course, this is a starship that turns like, well, a bus. Or if I can borrow another phrase, it moves like a pregnant yak. Points to anybody who gets that reference. Modifications are complete. When we trigger the transmission, they'll think it's from a vessel losing power and needing assistance. We'll hide in the micronebula. It kills me not to scan that magnesite ore, but ah well, priorities. Yes, I could use evasive maneuvers to turn myself around faster, but I think I'm going to want to do that when I get to the nebula so I can turn around facing the other way. Of course, there's nothing that says I have to take it slow. Okay, come to a stop. I'm facing the correct direction, so if trouble comes out, I'll be able to deal with trouble right away. Send the signal. And there he is. Reman ship in range. It's scanning the area. They've done a little bit of a change up on the cutscene here. It used to be... Whoa. Looks like we have company. Cutscene used to be very different. Not quite as, I don't know, cinematic perhaps? And scout ship's cloaking. That's going to be rough. Oh, but his engines are damaged, so... And they've got attack in leak. Well, good thing for us, because, you know, tracking them might be a little tricky if they were cloaked. Of course, then again, we can cloak too, so that's not such a big deal. If we distract the Romulans, the Remans have the chance to decloak and go to warp. Otherwise, they're likely to get blown to bits. Okay, well, we can't really allow that, so... Time to emerge from the micronebula and match my double D against his double D. And they're hailing us. How polite.
Ah. You've been nothing but trouble for the Tal Shar. You don't seem to understand that you are only hurting yourself and your own people by refusing to work with us. We are, after all, trying to save Romulan society and culture. If you wish to avoid further confrontation, leave immediately. Separatists have no business interfering in the affairs of those of us who are trying to keep our empire intact.
Ah, yes. The whole save the Romulan society. The part that involves, I don't know, feeding our people to the Alachi. I don't think so. I do not hold to that. And somehow I suspect they're not going to leave either. I'm going to use this threatening stance thing because it increases my threat generation, but early there's just me. And it helps my defenses a little bit, so why not? And there's the plasma torpedoes he sent my way. Here comes the triples, but I'm winning. Okay, that did not work with. Oh, sure. Now the tracker beams come on. Jeez. The whole point behind those propellers was to be able to push those triple plasmas away from me. I'm just a little hacked off about that. On the bright side, no more enemy double D. I'm gonna take a quick second here because now it's not far, and I must have magnesite. I cannot help myself. Alright. Slowly turning around. Oh god, the steering on this is horrible. I can't wait till the next level where I can justify getting out of this ship into something more maneuverable. Okay, you're gonna try to get away. We're gonna try keeping them. Thank you. Yes, I know they're on the move. Sometimes I think my crew believes that I am an idiot. Oops, I'm going too fast. The whole point is to follow the guy, not go in front of him. Let's go at half impulse. I'm still catching up, but his maneuvering at least puts a little bit more space between us. That's right. I think you can believe that I've been damaged in that exchange with that previous double D. Nothing to see here, nothing to fear. Okay, did not expect that. That was not supposed to happen. I was hoping that heavy plasma would do a little more damage than that. Oh well. Sometimes the plan does not go the way one expects. We are doing damage to each other, but obviously, seeing that he's at 34% dropping, I'm at 95% holding. That's really pump that up to 100 because I'm spiking that way. Okay, you don't want me to fire from the front? That's perfectly fine. That's why we have the aft torpedoes in play. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Hey, there's the Greenwich Scout then. Wow, there he goes, off in the warp. Well, I guess we can warp and follow him. Although... there's an anomaly. I must have it. Of course, it's going to be a really wide turn here. Turn, baby, turn. Oh, it's like a wide turn. In the meantime, the scout, we let it go. Yes, that is another Frozen reference. Oh, that was too close. I almost started following against my will. Alright, now we're ready. Go forth! And here we are. No ships being detected, but there might be some cloak points in the area. I'll keep scanning. But on the surface, we're getting a large underground installation detected. Could be the base. But it's protected by a magnetic shield, so we can't transport things inside. Magnetic shield. Preventing landings. There's something awfully familiar about that. It'll come to me. There's a series of caverns connected to the installation. Send a team, find a way to disable or circumvent shielding. That sounds like an eminently reasonable plan. I'll beam down now to take care of it. There's a pair of anomalies here, and, well, I have a reputation to maintain. Must have the shinies. I gotta be careful though, because otherwise I'll find myself accidentally beaming down. Not getting any of the good stuff though. Tritanium is the stuff of choice apparently, and I don't believe I have as of yet scanned any of that. Every time I've been able to make use of it, it's because I've bought them off of exchange. And it may yet happen again. Okay, now that I've gotten my shinies, let's beam down and take a look at the base. Well, that's entertaining. The base is a buried double D class ship. We're in the maintenance area, facing to the hull. They'll mine for raw materials, lots of ores. They can replicate parts or weapons. I can see why they chose this as their, well, I don't know if it's their home base or not, honestly. It might be. It's certainly an important one, though. Let's take a look around. Oh, look. Critters. I'm sure that they're going to be absolutely helpful. Great. Let's see what's inside. Mainly, I don't want to interfere with my scans later. Okay, I figured I was going to have to start blasting these things.
Making damage detected. Enemy combat in close proximity.
Every dog has its day. Alright. Scans show something ahead. Could it be in here? No. Abandoned lab stations probably used to refine before collected while creating the maintenance tunnel. Interesting. And the consoles in here, whoops. They operate heavy machinery. base engines ought to be just ahead, but I see that right now we have bigger problems. Okay, time for my reinforcements. Go get them, Horta! One of the side benefits of the last mission I was on was I got a baby Horta, but I decided to skip the whole upgrade process and pop out one of the things I'd picked up from the C-store on a free giveaway kind of thing. That is a big gun. Okay, we seem to have a great weapon on the highest setting. Breach it? Well, let's find out. It's made of titanium alloy. Hey, no kidding. Any chance I could, beam that from board the ship and take it for raw materials? Because, that would be really handy. They're going to recommend you use a mining laser to blow a hole in this thing. I like the way you think. Shayla, we're gonna give you a pay raise. I'm going to take back that pay raise now. There must be something wrong with the mining laser. No, duh. My crew is loyal to a fault. Sometimes they point out the obvious. It's not strong enough. But we might be able to fix this. And this is one of those instances where we're going to have a set of goals that rely heavily upon our careers. For tactical, for science, for engineering. And since I'm the engineer, the first step is to determine the cause through a level 1 diagnostic. Okay, well, that seems like going back here. Let's see what the diagnostic has to say. That's what every good engineer does. No malfunctions, power supply is inadequate. Which, come to think of it, is something I kind of guessed at before, but I guess this was a way of double checking. Proving my theory. Recommendation, replace power conduits to increase capacity. We might be able to find some damaged conduits and repair them. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. And that must be one of those conduits. Oh, hey, wait a second.
Enemy target.
Itsy bitsy. And some that are not so itsy. Tobin hates spiders. Why does every new species we encounter try to kill us? There may be something to that. Alright, let's do a little bit of further investigation. I may have gotten turned around. Oh, there's another one. Okay, one more conduit. And a lot more spiders. Luckily, they are not exactly what you would call tough. I'll take those spiders any day. Mr. Fix-It. Shouldn't that be Ms. Fix-It? Oh well. Power to the mining laser is steady and ready to fire. That is what I like to hear. Open sesame. I think it worked. The path is clear. We'll have to be careful. You think Obasek wants to see us? Last time we met, he tried to have us killed. Little perspective there, Tobin. Well, nobody's attacking. Oops, shiny. I'm so sadly predictable. I love how the call out for that is kind of bluish in here instead of the usual color. Hey you! Come back here, I'm not done. Hey, see, we expected us. Maybe we should have just knocked. I just love how our breath is kind of freezing in the air here. Points to the environmental guys. That guy clearly doesn't want to talk to me, so I'm not going to talk to him. How about you? Maybe you'll chat.
The nights are cold.
Tell me about your life
The
here.
nights are cold. There's not enough food. It is a place like any other. For now we're safe from the Tal Shiar. And I fear that will soon change.
He's okay, fine. You don't want to talk? Fine. I'm not going to fight it. If y'all are going to walk away from me when I try to have conversation. Yeah, Reman's disassembled the ship and came pieces in one at a time to construct it. That does show a bit of dedication. These guys clearly don't want to talk, and if they don't want to talk to me, I don't want to talk to them. That looks like a door, and well, look who we run into.
This place won't be safe forever. We have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Prepare the... Ah, it's you. Welcome to the heart of the Resistance, little spy. There is so much for us to discuss, and so little time. The Tal Shiar have discovered this, our last refuge. They will be here soon, and my people and I will have to fight for our lives. Yet one question remains. Will you be our friend, or our enemy?
They really stepped it up from the original cinematics they used to have here for cutscenes. It's much more dynamic feeling, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. Alright, Obasek, make your pitch.
My hope is that you are here to talk, but I am prepared for the alternative. The Tal Shiar could arrive at any time. Speak quickly.
Now, I could ask why you're doing it, why fight the Tal Shiar? But really, why would you not want to fight the Tal Shiar? I don't need to ask that. Is Sela aware of it?
This campaign of terror is the Tal Shiar's doing, not the Empress's. Still, Sela does nothing to stop it. There is little love between the Empress and the Tal Shiar. Did you know that many years ago, she was exiled from Romulus for attempting to assassinate the head of their order? The Tal Shiar have their own masters, and Sela despises what she cannot control. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Why are they doing this?
Hakiv and the Tal Shiar no longer serve the Empire. The demons of air and darkness are their masters now. They whisper in the night for chaos and despair, and Hakiv gives them blood as tribute. Our blood. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
The demon thing sounded ominous.
I have never seen one of these demons, and I will not speak their name, but I know they exist. Eons ago, they ruled this part of the galaxy. After thousands of years of tyranny and death, the races they ruled rose up against them, driving them from their home world into unexplored space. We thought they had been destroyed. We were wrong. The demons of air and darkness survive, and they hunger for revenge.
Now, this is what we would commonly refer to as foreshadowing. This is going to be an important detail as we go through the storylines. You heard it here first, from Obasek.
Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Yeah, remember the Thalaron weapons?
A small supply. They are terrible things. Weapons of war so horrible, they should have never been invented at all. But they were. And my enemies are great. If I must resort to barbarism to free my people, That is not too high of a price to pay. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
I don't think I need to worry about the peaceful solution. We are talking about Tal Shiar.
We need your help. Talk to Starfleet Command. Tell them what you have seen. Tell them if my people are to survive, we need assistance. Starships, soldiers, medicine, protection for the refugees. I'm asking for the Federation's aid. You claim to be an organization dedicated to freedom for all peoples. Tell me, will you help my people now?
Well, technically, I'm from an organization that's, more Romulan than Starfleet.
Is there anything else you wish to ask?
You know what? You're going up against the bad guys.
I am glad you see things my way. Get instructions from your commanders if you must, but the battle rages, and we must join it. With your help, my people will be free.
Besides, I was urged not to start an intergalactic war here, so...
I'm pleased you see that my cause is just. We can do great...
Sir, Romulan transporter signals detected. The Tal Shiar have entered the base.
Start the
Wait, I've heard
evacuation.
a phrase
We
like-
must get the civilians out.
This
Commander
sounds
Rashna,
familiar.
transport the reinforcements here. Tell them to assist our new ally. I will return to my ship and attempt to hold off their forces. Help my soldiers defend this base. Fight well, my friend. My people are counting on you.
We have an empire attacking a base in a frozen wasteland. Invading the base. My god, it's the Empire Strikes Back. We're seeing the attack on Hoth. The only thing missing are the Star Destroyers. Okay, we've lost the transporter lock in the away team. We're gonna have to find the inhibitor and shut it down. We want to get out of here. Alright then. Let's put. Of course, this door doesn't open. That would make life too easy. Fine. Oops. Hi there, guys. I'm still waiting for the duty officers to give me my second turret or second seeker to run. Is there anything here that's worth having? Like, shiny stuff? Well, yes, actually, there is, but not quite the shiny stuff I was hoping for. It's just a crate with equipment. Okay, well, it didn't hurt to check. Oh wait, is that from me? Or was that from Shayla? I think that was from Shayla. Oh, more trouble. Let's see if I can make a real mess. I love using orbital strike underground. It makes no sense whatsoever. But it's fun. Is there anything in here? There is. There's absolutely no reason I should be going into these things during the attack, but I'm just looting the place. Oh, and I see I have some of those resistance fighters following me along. Well, good, I like having backup. Ooh, Tal Shiar General. He's gonna be my ground zero guy. We can take him.
Personal shield losing power.
And that takes care of him. He wasn't so tough. And this looks like the inhibitor. The Riemann resistance will be able to evacuate with minimal losses. Time to return to ship. Report in. Romulans and Riemann working as equals, a nail in the coffin of the old ways. Acknowledging the contributions of the Riemann people will mean greater cooperation and remove any reason that Obisek may have to use those Valorant weapons. We are going to face our challenges as allies. I thought you'd approved, Tobin. Now let's bail out of here before the rest of the Romulans decide to drop in and say hello. And let's report to Admiral Tenay.
I sympathize with Obisek's plight, but I do not know if we will be able to assist him. He has no proof of these demons that he claims are directing Hakiv's actions. Without that, becoming directly involved in this conflict would be a violation of the Prime Directive. We will protect the Federation, offer aid to the refugees, and keep this conflict from spilling over into our territory. But if Obisek and his followers are going to continue this fight, they will do so without Starfleet support.
That figures. But I have some good news. Technically, I'm not Starfleet. So, let's get our consoles. We're going to choose weapons. Let's take a look at my weapons at the moment. I'm using Mark 6 weaponry. We're going to take the split beam rifle for the exploit attack.
I have congratulations, Admiral.
And I have leveled, and I'm being hailed by the Admiral. Put him on screen.
Congratulations.
My
You've
Admiral,
proven
not
yourself to be
Starfleet's.
invaluable to the Republic Navy and earn the respect of your fellow officers. Return to New Romulus. I would like to formally recognize your contributions to the Republic.
Yes, I think that's a great idea. Helm, get us the New Romulus now. Primarily so we can get out of this bucket we're flying now. While I'm here. Is that the pulse wave? So this is the split beam. Let's swap that out.
My contacts tell me Starfleet has rejected my request for military
Well, I'll get back to you, Obisek. I realize that you have important things that seem important to you and all that, but we've got some important things to take care of too. Alright. I don't think armor is going to do any better, but the shields are useful, and since Tobin could use the shields, I mean, technically I suppose I could too. Oh no, Tobin needs more than I do. Parcel, we're going to upgrade your shields. And that's pretty much it for the shields. I'll sell them off at some point. Alright. Next step, go to the rotunda. I guess that's here. Go to the shuttle bay. Talk with the ship requisition officer. Congratulations on my promotion. Yay me. It's at this point though that I start ignoring the rank system because really captain slash commander is right where I want to be. So I'm going to do a quick peek at my record here and make sure that I'm still commander. And that is where I plan to stay. Now I have access to the Rear Admiral lower half starships now. And there are a decent number of these vessels that I can work with. Some of them, however, unsurprisingly, would cost, well, Zen. And I'm not really interested in temporal battle cruisers. The Obelisk cruiser I can't get because it requires fleet access and other issues. I can pick up this Warbird destroyer, which is a veteran reward. This is the Daenos class. If I wanted to go Starfleet, I could pick up the Excelsior refit that I picked up once upon a time. A couple more another sea storage ship, another a bunch of Starfleet ships because I am allied with Starfleet and therefore I have access to those ships. Although apparently some of them don't really qualify as being usable with my token. I guess if I want to use the token, it's got to be one of these three. I can use the Hapax, the Hanum, and the Hafe. I'm going to go with the one with more engineering slots, so that's going to be the Hapax. Damn those apostrophes. What does it have available? I can use cannons, which is good because I have those quad cannons that I have on this vessel that I'd like to transfer over. Doesn't have anything really fancy to it, but then again, what do you expect? It's not a Zen ship, it's not a C-Store ship. Now, I could technically start grabbing the Tier 6 stuff, but we're going to wait a little longer for that. Just a little longer. So, here it is, the Adjacent. I'm good with that name. And the next step is to start yanking stuff out of my current vessel and putting them into the new vessel. That means the quad. Well, actually, I suppose I should check to see what the. Okay, these are all Mark 8s, so anything that is a Mark 8 with special stuff, we will take out. Otherwise, we're going to leave alone. This is a Mark 7, close, but no banana. Mark 7, again. Mark 8 is good. Mark 8 is good. These guys leave alone. Take out the battery stuff. And I'll just leave those there for now until I determine whether or not I can actually make use of things. We will take out all of these special consoles. Some of these will get rendered obsolete because of the new stuff we picked up. And ready to the Adjacent. Okay, what can we do? We can replace those wimpy cannons with these quad cannons. We'll put the wimpy cannons on the Visualis. We have superior dual beams. Also back on this ship. I have a better singularity core and a better shield system. Most of these I'm slapping on here because I can't actually sell them. So I might as well just get them out of the way. And let's start putting the... Okay, tactical we'll hold off on for a second. Beam and plasma are my current toys here. Well, beam I've got superior here. Now I've got plasma. Sorry, I have plasma energy here. That's 11% off of plasma. If the beams are better, that's cannon, and that's torpedo. You are neither. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Oh, I'm gonna stall. Okay. I'm gonna put the science here, and we'll start putting the special stuff on here. As you'll recall, this one will help heal my shields a little bit. And this one, as I recall, will help build my singularity stuff, which is always good. I'm gonna can put the beam weapon damage on here, and I'm gonna put the torpedo damage in here. And the rest can be sold. I have full batteries. And I still have room for an engineering console. I conveniently have an engineering console that's good against disruptors and phasers. Good enough for now. And we'll just hold on to the cannon thing for later. Okay. Now that I've readied the ship, let's go and monkey with his paint job. Or its basic appearance, actually, because we might be able to change. Yeah, we have a couple possibilities here. I can go with two types of hay packs, or I can use the Hanum parts. I cannot use the other guys here because they involve money. I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't have that. So, we'll stick with Haypax Type 1 for the upper hull. Well, how about that? Upper nacelles. Well, Type 1 is kind of being a winner here as far as I'm concerned. Lower nacelles is hard to reach spaces. We'll use the Hanum for those. Lower hull. Apex. I'm not seeing too much difference between Apex and Hafa. Let's go over here. Maybe a different angle might be better. Okay, it's not much of a difference. We'll stick with the Apex. Upper wings. Okay, I kind of like the Hanum wings here, so we're going to go with that. And the lower wings. We'll stick with the Apex. For patterns, we'll just grab a random pattern here. We'll go with Cygnus here. Which makes a certain amount of sense since I'm flying a ship with a singularity core. Anybody have any idea of what I'm referencing here? The answer to that is the Disney movie, The Black Hole. The Black Hole featured the appearance of, let me find a decent veteran brig. One of the ships in the black hole, the ship that was analyzing a black hole, in fact, was the Cygnus. We'll go with the veteran one here again. We're going to keep our theme of red, white, and green. I'll leave the windows where they are. And before I beam up, let's get all this set up here, determine what I should use for you. Who do I want running my top level engineering station? I'm going to put Devex in charge of it because I don't really care about the warp plasma, but I like the structural integrity field here. For my secondary, I'm going to let Movin take that one because I like having the directed energy modulation to penetrate shields. Varsal gets to keep the science because I like the repulsors. Tovin and Lauer round things out here. One of these days I should start looking at those bridge officers and start filling those slots. I have these candidates here. Maybe I should grab one now. No, the abilities on this guy is not really... Well, I could always grab the heal. Tactical energy. No, I'm gonna stick with what I've got right now. I may revisit this later. I see I have some duty officer assignments that I've completed when I wasn't looking, so we're going to get those out of the way here. Run a few things from the current map. Try to run things on the current map. I mean, hey, I'm here, might as well take advantage. Tend to lecture on Singularity Core, yeah, that's a good idea. Do some military assignments. Relocate. Where'd that go? That relocate one is a good one because that has a lot of dilithium attached to it. There are a lot of available missions here. I could almost start being choosy. Of course, none of them really have anything really valuable to them. I was hoping that some of them might, award duty officers. Or better yet, bridge officers. But that was apparently asking a little too much. Okay, last step before we beam out and continue on our merry way. Skills. Oh, skills and traits. We'll grab the ground skill first. Kit Performance Master sounds like the way to go here. Improved flank damage or flank resistance. I usually don't have too much luck on getting flanking, so resistance to other people shooting me is a benefit. Space, I am now able to access the Admiral level of skills. I can double the power. Well, not double, but improve the power. Or I can improve the speed of my engineering recharge stuff. As if there's ever any doubt. Traits. I have a trait available for space and ground. I think in space, beam training is the way to go here. I've got a lot more beam weapons. On the ground... We'll do soldier. I seem to be falling into that now, so might as well stick with it. I still have that deprogram. I got this trait from my little encounters. I think that was from the... I want to say that was after my Tal Shiar infiltration, but it might have occurred later. I don't recall exactly where that trait came into play. Alright, we are good to go. Let's beam up to the new vessel. And here it is. The lighting is really horrible on here. Pesky Azure Nebulas. Before I leave the system, I'm going to set my power so that the weapons are max. I'm going to reshuffle things here so that the abilities and all that I need to use are where I want them to be. Starting with my torpedoes, which I will not have automatically firing. I want my evasive maneuvers up. I want my brace for impact there. I'll put brace for impact there for now. I can always decide later what to do with it. I'm going to bring the Sulaban freighter out here so that I can sell stuff later. I believe ramming speed is available, but where did I get this ability? Where did I get relocate mines? Did I pick up a trait that uses that? Because if I did, I didn't mean to. No. So how am I getting stuff involving relocate? Oh, this, okay, it's coming from my Commander Space ability. This is new. I don't recall ever seeing that before. It's almost enough to tempt me to start using mines. Almost. I learn something new every day, right? Okay, everything else is pretty much where I want it to be. I can move things around as I need to. Let's leave the system. And now we'll have a chat with Obasek.
My contacts tell me Starfleet has rejected my request for military assistance.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is regrettable, but not unexpected. The Tal Shiar are formidable opponents, as are the forces directing their action. I understand why the Federation would hesitate to engage them directly. So today I appeal to you, not as an ally in battle, but as a fellow survivor of the persecution of the Tal Shiar. My people need your help. I need your help. One of our ships was carrying a load of Thaleron weapons through the Nopada system. That ship has disappeared. There are no indications there was a battle. It is as if my ship and its cargo simply vanished. If you are reluctant to become involved, consider this. What will happen if these weapons fall into Hakiv's hands?
Stop
I can
helping
provide
me,
you with the last
Obasek.
coordinates of the vessel. Please help me. Do what you will with the weapons if they survive, but find my people.
Well, I'll give him this. My estimation of the man has increased a bit. Because his priorities are on his people, not on the weapons. So, I'm going to give him some points on that one. Speaking of points, rewards for this mission will include the usual experience points, expertise, and dilithium combo. And I will get a Riemann prototype covariant shield. And this is kind of cool, but you'll have to wait and see what I mean by that. So, it's off we go. Auto-navigate ourselves to the Nopada system. And while we're on our way, hey, let's grab some duty officer assignments. I figure, hey, we're here. Why not take advantage? Resettle colonists. That's always good to grab. After all, being able to resettle them nets me a good 500 dilithium. That's not exactly anything to sneeze at. And we are coming in to Nopada fairly quickly. It helps that the system was close to the Romulan Republic's current home world. And I've got 17 duty officer missions running. That's pretty good. And that was without even trying. Oh. 18? 19. 20. One of them is a recruitment mission for an engineering bridge officer. So, you know, awesome. Alright, let's begin Colosseum. No active vessels on scanners, but there is a debris field nearby, clustered around a satellite. And the composition of debris matches with the ships that have gone missing. Well, that's a poor sign. We do want to be able to locate any little surprises like, ooh, shiny. I'm so bad. Hydrazine gas. Any other anomalies? Because, you know, hexafluorine. Yes, we'll get this ship in advance. First things first. Must have our priorities. Now, ship turning speed is not great, but it is a bit better than you know what. You know, that maybe I should consider doing that somewhere along the line. Get the materials for one of those RCS consoles to help my turn speed. Still not a priority. Alright, let's scan the ship and see if they've got Valor on the weapons we're working on there. We're not detecting the vessel that we're supposed to find. But all the ships here have been hit by the same thing. High frequency energy beams. It's possible it crashed. There are readings from the satellite. You could have used it to record a distress signal. Well, let's see if we can get to the...
Warning, ship is under attack.
Okay. I'm guessing the plan just developed a ring. I cannot shoot the thing. I cannot move. I have a serious problem. Let's scan the thing. Once again, my crew with the mastery of the obvious. We're stuck. Come on, Barsoul, what do I pay you for? Oh, right, I don't really pay anybody here, do I? Well, the good news is life support and environmental systems are still working, but everything else is stopped. There is a compartment on the satellite with life support. Well, that kind of leads us to an obvious next phase of action, doesn't it? Beam over, find a way to turn this thing off. Okay, standard crew complement. Controls here. Why is Vex telling me this? He's on the ship. They really need to do some work in these missions again. We need to find a usable console. Okay, well, let's try this one. Satellite Operations Override Console. That sounds like a winner. It's locked. Okay. How about Operations Console? That's stuck in another operation. This is not going well. How about this one? Cargo Bay Console. Well, the good news is it's not locked. And we might be able to backdoor our way in. I like being able to backdoor our way in, so... The Romulan consoles are causing a lockout by forcing the primary processors to run through a series of equations and removing keep... Oh man, I'll talk to babble. If we can solve the equations and input the correct information, we should be able to release the locks. Solve the equations. Okay, so this is just going to involve math. Okay, if it must be, it must be. 6 plus 1 is 7, so... Oops, too far. Okay, let's see. 5 and 9 is 4. And there shouldn't be any little surprises about remainders, I don't think. Oh god, it's going to inflict math on me here. Where's my calculators? And you know what, I think I got this one wrong after all. And the last one... Yay! Oh god, another set of equations. These people are sadists. Ugh. Calculator, calculator. Okay, da. And another one. Whoever designed this satellite, they should consider themselves very lucky that I have no idea who they are. Because I'd feed them to the Singularity Core. Okay, we're set. We just need to plug these values into the console, controlling the security lock, and all will be well. So let's go back. Oh wait, ooh, shiny. Z particles. There may come a time when I will find myself forced to go and avoid shiny things like that, but this is not that day. Okay, targeting overrides. Let's clear that out with that equation. Oh, and that opened these guys up. Satellite targeting. Don't know if there's a way to disable it, but if we can get it to target something else, we might be able to get the ship free. Okay, scanning. Okay, it's only seeing us, but we can expand the range, so let's max that out. Derelict Hulk identified. Ship identification. Non-functional. Let's reclassify that Hulk as active. Examine data for targets. Okay. Targeting control. Our priority target is the Hulk. Well, we're still, the ship's still in trouble, but it's getting easier. That's good. So let's take a little walk. Down here. Open up this console. Enter in the code. Ooh, shiny. Shiny is always the priority. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Turn off all the functions affecting our ship. I like that possibility. Change operational state. Operational status is on. Power usage is too high. I can't turn it off yet. Okay, so I might have to come back here and find the other possibility. Is there anything this way? Why, yes. Yes, there is. And look, power generator. That's exactly what we want to take care of. Too much power? Let's fix that. Increase power of the satellite weapon. Okay, update power save modes. Economical. That's always good. Priority values. Yeah, let's go to default settings. Better and better. Yeah, it's almost like it's in an energy saving mode. I can't imagine how that could have happened. And that leaves the third code that we've already used. And this computer which we can turn off. Awesome! Ship's systems are online. Weapons, shields, replicators, transporters. We are good to go. It's time to get back on board the ship and start scanning the surface. See if we can find out what's going on. Hold on now. This isn't my ship. This is not my ship. I'm in a box. Okay. Where am I? I am in a place of not happiness. And I'm literally
failed to comply with command.
Now we fight, or we die.
We could fight.
Make sure you pick up a melee weapon. All of your gear is deactivated, and I won't protect you in there.
Okay. Now you see, this is another bug that is in. I should not be able to go here right now. There should be force fields preventing me from getting to these good weapons. So these are the good weapons. The one that this fellow over there is taking to. Those are the crap weapons. Klingon Batlift. I'm going to need to equip a melee weapon because as you can see, my ranged weapons are deactivated. And while I like my falchion, this is going to do more damage. Plus, if I want to, stay in keeping with the game, I should at least try to pretend like I've got the stuff that I should hear, as opposed to the stuff I've carried with me. Prisoner 1478. Something familiar about him. I've got to
equip your new weapon.
It is.
Commencing test 1. Nopadin Desert Akari entering testing area.
Terrific.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Listen carefully. Wait, that was it?
Commencing test 2. Releasing Warrigals now.
Enemy targets on sensors.
There we go. No, we don't. Once upon a time, they had the whole Amok Time music rolling with this fight.
Proceeding to test 3.
But either there's a bug, shock, It's very disappointing too, because they had actually gotten the rights to use that music. I feel very disappointed.
Prisoner 1478, remain in the area for interrogation. Prisoner, return to holding area. Failure to comply will result in punishment.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll return. Not before I take the advantage to scan stuff, because I am who I am and I can't change that at all. I am very disappointed that they hosed the music. That's just offensive. That was one of the best parts of this episode. They hosted. Then again, it's hardly the first thing that's been hosed in this game, or in this entire arc for that matter. Okay, so it wants me to go back in the cage. Right. I can see that I'm not going to get along with whoever my captor is. The name Hakeem comes... Slamek? Slamek! Well, it's you again. How do you get here after getting out of Installation 18?
I remember you as well. It seems your prison break, however well-intentioned, just ended up the same way. It's enough to make me think that I keep picking the wrong side. After escaping the installation, I joined up with a freighter. We were passing near the system when we were snared by a satellite and drifted into the planet's atmosphere. The ship crashed, and even though I activated an emergency transporter to beam several of us to the planet's surface, we were captured almost immediately by a group of soldiers. Since then, I've been stuck in this cage, watching my former crewmates fight and die in this arena. Now I'm the only one left alive.
You were on Craters too.
Now I recall. You were working on all those errands when we were attacked. I managed to escape on the shuttle, and some of us signed on with a freighter. As you can see, things didn't work out so well after that.
So you made ends meet, and what happened after that?
We were transporting a shipment of Thaleron weapons. I know they are so dangerous that nobody wants to use them, but our fight is getting desperate. We needed to do something.
So you were with Elvisek.
That would shift the tide of war, even if that choice was horrific. I jettisoned our cargo as we were entering the atmosphere. The weapons were completely destroyed. I've seen what Thaleron weapons are capable of firsthand. I could not allow them to contaminate a world not involved in my people's fight.
Good call, Slamek.
I don't know who was responsible for this place. The trainers and the guards all appear to be mercenaries, without any clue about what's going on. They're paid to keep us in cages and look the other way. The night I was brought in, I was interrogated. There were bright lights in my eyes and a synthetic voice asking me questions. Whoever it was took care to conceal his identity.
Some of these dialogue options are definitely designed to piss this guy off.
I have no idea what they want with us, or why they make us fight. This all seems like some sort of giant game, but there is no one in the stands to be entertained.
Are there other prisoners being forced to fight?
I think there are others. I hear other fights. If there are other prisoners, I have never been able to contact them. We are kept separated and caged, unless we are fighting.
Anyway, out?
The trainers carry key cards. That's the only way I know to get through the defenses.
Can we get one?
Can I trust you?
Come on, Slamek. I got you out of Installation 18, right?
I can see that we think the same way, friend. A few years ago, I worked as a bodyguard for a Ferengi merchant. He had a talent for acquiring latinum, and and during my time with them, I learned a few things. I was able to lift a key card from one of the trainers during my interrogation. If you help me, I think we can overpower the guards and escape through the main door in the arena.
Makes sense. If I recall correctly, Slamek was never the most physically active Reman that we've met.
If you fail to comply with commands, you will be punished.
Okay, looks like it's go time. What kind of critters we gotta fight this time?
Test Scenario 4 activated. A Hala released.
Awesome. I remember these guys on Nimbus.
We need more help! I'll try to free the other prisoners. You fight the worms!
Well, I suppose there are worse plans. And heaven knows the worms are going down pretty easily, so maybe this won't be so ugly. Okay,
Use the
that's
consoles
bad.
on the sides of the arena to fight the Elder Worm.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Okay, this is not a good situation to be in. It's still there.
Targets on sensors.
Oh good, it left. Fortunately, its younger brothers are still here. Good news is I can chop these guys up. Now these guys are handy. They got these generative spores which are supposedly, yes, they do heal. Oops. Son of Kong's
Just
back.
like last time. Use the remaining console on the side of the arena to fight the Elder Worm.
I'm working on it, but you know.
There's another set of consoles by the metal wall. Use them while the worm is distracted.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Is there?
I've been hit. I can't continue, my friend. You'll need to protect me.
Okay, geez. Problems. 3 more prisoners. Generative spores. Because my health is taking a beating here. Open sesame. Let's get some of these guys out of the way so I have that much less problems going forward.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Okay, I see what I want to go to now. Unfortunately, I'm still getting bombarded like crazy by those things. This is gonna be close. Sure
The
wish
worm
those things.
destroyed the metal wall. Run! That's our way out.
I like that sound. Yes. We'll leave the big bad worm thing and leave it far away.
Romulan base? Here? What did they want with us? And what is that device?
Oh, I recognize that thing. Disable dampening field. Oh, and I do believe it's re-enabled my weaponry. No, it just re-enabled my kits. That was 21204. But that's an Iconian gate. Like the one I saw terrorists using. Personal log entries. Let's find out about Viranet, shall we? Each one presenting a danger to Romulan hegemony and identity. The Iconians arrive. Oh, that's not good. I think we just figured out what those demons in air and darkness are. All Romulans must be united in our cause. Viranet was an obvious target, suitable for agriculture, an easy place to make a new start. Only natural that those lacking in conviction and foresight would flee there. Boy, that backfired on you, didn't it? A necessary and proper reminder that anyone who does not share our goals is a threat to our survival. Well, congratulations, you just created a threat to your own survival, boys. Nimbus! Coded to look like the Tal Shiar's work. Turning the rebels to my cause will bolster assets significantly once they are properly conditioned. Okay, they've been busy alright. And what's this about conditioning logs? The holographic conditioning methods. Better. You must discover how a mole managed to infiltrate the organization. Yeah. They're talking about me. Yeah, that'll backfire on him one day. A sudden break from conditioning should be impossible for any normal person. I guess I'm abnormal. That didn't come out right. Someone is deprogramming his subjects. I sure hope they didn't find the fellow who deprogrammed me. Okay, well, that's potentially problematic. What about this console here? Gateway console. Well, this could be an easy way out if we can figure out how it works. Access communications. Our master's patience wears thin hockey. Terrace or Sela? I wonder. Time goes short. Not all the species data has been dealt with. More test subjects. Small colony. I think I'm beginning to see some of the stuff they've been trying to pull. Let's see, destinations. Novada, the IRW Leaval. Sounds familiar. Bree 3, Dara 4. Wait, there was an Iconian gateway on Dara 4. And a far listening post. Didn't see a gateway there either, but maybe it's one way. Let's see if we can turn this thing. Okay, access denied. Well, so much for that. I guess we're not going to be using the gateway to get out of here. More consoles. Oh, look. And the last entry is from me. About me. I'm a high threat level. Risk of escape or intervention in testing is elevated. Notify Haki. Yeah, definitely Haki. And escalate to level 6 trials. Well, it's nice to see that I've terrified them appropriately. Test parameters. A matrix of alpha quadrant species. Let's see who could be pitted against each other for maximum devastating effect each. That's going to be interesting observations. Humans and Klingons, greatest proclivity towards fighting, but there's no chance of victory. I can believe that. Breaking Vulcan emotional Control. Jorans fighting to the death. Beta Metazoids with their telepathy. Possibly Wraith with the Gorn. Hirogen. Unable to separate a Trill symbiote from his host. And the Undine. We'll learn more about the Undines as we go along. Records for Slavic. Captured with a small group of Reman soldiers by Desert Patrol. Conditioning, wounded, survived all tests. Maybe suitable subject for team testing or alternative study. I think we got you out of there just in time, Slavic. Personal log for Hakim. First, kill the Remans. That figures. Looks like Starfleet got terrorists after he escaped. Oh, good. And then the second task. Data on the species, right. Yeah, he's a sadist, takes no little pleasure in it. And definitely going after Vulcans. And that brings us back to Doe. Alright, so the gateway's not a way out. Oh, we seem to have a way out over here. And it's a deep way out. Jump, jump, and we're through.
Watch out. There are Romulan Scorpion fighters overhead. They're looking for us. We need to move quickly and smartly to avoid detection. I recommend we head to the east. See that mountain in the distance? My ship crashed on the other side. It may have something we can use to signal your vessel. The search for us will only get more intense the longer we stay here. We need to get away from the arena as quickly as possible.
That sounds like an excellent plan. Let's boogie. Now this map, take a look at this. This was the biggest mission map that has been released as of the time that the episode was released. This was the biggest one. And it's probably arguably still one of the biggest ones. There's a lot going on here, and just a lengthy mission.
Straight for us. Quick, take cover in those dark rocks over there, and wait for it to pass overhead.
Okay, my gun's
Stay
back
still
active.
and wait for that fighter to pass overhead. If we are fortunate, they won't detect us.
Oh, wow, it's passing overhead. Let's swap out weapons.
They didn't see us. Let's move on. I can't go on. My injuries from the arena are too painful. We need to find a place to rest for a moment.
Now, you know, we could have stayed exactly where we were. No, you're going to insist that we go a little further and complain the whole way. I'm beginning to remember why you annoyed me, Slavic. Now that I think about it, you were complaining about fixing the communications over at Craterus too. Well, he moves pretty quick when he wants to, doesn't he?
Forgive me, my friend. The pain. I need to rest. Just for a moment. My wounds are agonizing. I fear the worm's venom may have infected me. The pain is excruciating. My vision is blurred, and my blood burns in my veins.
Before
we were captured, my science officer said that the local plants here have medicinal qualities. Please, I need your help. Find something to ease my suffering. I need something to disinfect my wound, something to treat my fever, and anything that will ease my pain. Thank you, my friend. I know that I would have died today if it weren't for you.
Yes, well, the night is young. Medicine, medicine. Oh, this one looks medicinal. A disinfectant. I'm gonna need more of this. Oh, good news is these plants seem to be plentiful. Fortunately, I see I'm going to need some stuff in addition to this plant to help the guy out. Okay, well, let's... Okay, here we go, another possible... couple possibilities. What's this plant do? Analgesic. Okay. And this one, antipyretic, which would help the fever. So I need to get a few more things, and naturally, they are in opposite directions. Because why would anything be easy? Let's swap out to the full-on weapon. Well, the good news is there seems to be plenty of those bark samples. Oh, those are the seed pod samples. Okay, so the bark is in the other direction. This is where the size of the map becomes a little annoying. Because it's a long, long, long run. To get to the samples I need. Long run. Jeez, I sure hope Slamek doesn't croak before I get back. That would be ever so embarrassing. Well, there's one, and this will be number 2, and that will be all I need. You know, from the outside, the Colosseum doesn't look anywhere near as impressive. Just be glad we're on the outside. It's a good thing I come from a colony world because that's a lot of exercise. Still down under a scorpion fighter. Okay, Slamek.
Thank you, my friend. I'm feeling better now. I think I can continue.
Excellent. Let's move it before those fighters happen to locate us. Ooh, scanning thing.
Now that we're in the canyon, we shouldn't have to worry about the fighters anymore. Just the local wildlife. Keep your eyes open.
Oh good, more critters. That's okay though, I have my shiny. Can't resist my shinies. Maybe we'll be... No, looks like radar tells me there are Celots. These guys are native to Vulcan. Oh, that was so cool. I love this gun. I think I may have to keep this one. like those big cannons that the commandos in Star Wars: The Old Republic use. Got that kind of look to it. Oh yeah. More Cylons. Okay. That was so fun. Unfortunately, we are still not even halfway across. It's a long way to get to the other side of that mountain. On the other hand, given the big green circle here, oval, whatever, I'm guessing something
Weather
about
isn't
to...
going to hold out for too much longer. We should look for a place to spend the night. I've noticed that there are things we can gather along the way to make our night more pleasant. The search patrols are moving on. We will not survive a night in this desert. We need to find shelter and safety. If we can scavenge provisions to create a camp, we'll have a better chance of reaching the wreckage of my ship alive.
Okay, so what do we need?
I don't know about you, but it has been many hours since I last ate. Our captors gave us just enough food to keep us alive, but I can hear a pack of wild wargles. I have killed hundreds of wargles in the tests. I wonder what they taste like. I expect the wargles will probably lair somewhere near water. Perhaps up on a ridge where they can leap down on prey. Let's both keep a lookout somewhere that we may find them.
Now, it's interesting that they associate this task with engineering. I'm not sure how engineering relates to finding food, but...
The search patrols are moving on.
Yeah, we've already had this conversation. I think we're done with that. Yeah, I mean, I can see putting together replicators, building shelters, but finding food, especially when it involves beasts, you would think that would be a tactical thing. But, unsurprisingly, I was not consulted. If nothing else, taking those wargles should be pretty easy with this gun. It does occur to me, though, that I wish Slamek had mentioned this earlier, because we had all those Salats that we just killed off, and that could have been pretty tasty, too. Ah well. Oh, they said ridges, so that looks like...
This looks like prime wargle territory. A pack could easily hide in those craggy hills to the north and come down for water when they aren't hunting.
Okay, well, that definitely tells me the direction I want to go, then. Here, Wargle. Here, Wargle. How about that? I didn't wipe them out the first wave. Harvesting them for meat.
That should last us through the night.
Man, that takes me back to my
Let's get into
Ranger
this
days in
cave
Star Wars
before the temperature
Galaxies.
drops anymore.
Oh, cutscene.
The temperature is dropping rapidly now. This cave should protect us from the elements.
Is Isn't that
I've
a
done some
oracle?
exploring.
Oh, now he's gone.
It looks like this cave continues. When the sun rises side of the mountain, we could save time and energy by using the passage instead of trying to find a path over the mountain. Excellent. The passage saved us hours. This could be a good day. Let's find my ship.
Yeah, I think
My
they
ship
need to
isn't far from here.
do some passes on some of these
I
missions.
think I can make out
Progression
smoke from the
testing could
wreckage
really
on the
use
horizon.
some work here. You can see smoke? You must have pretty good eyes for someone who has trouble seeing in daylight, Slamek, because I don't see it. Or maybe I do. That's either smoke or sand I'm seeing flowing. That, on the other hand,
She wasn't much to look at, but she was ours. And when we were flying through space, we were free. Perhaps she can help us one last time.
I'm tempted to say what a piece of junk, but you know, that might be taking things a little too far there. Besides, for all I know, I was able to do 0.5 past light speed. Now, they did a real nice job with that wreckage. Coming down here, I didn't even need the guides to show me exactly where I need to go next. You can see the nice big hole there that just says, come in, how where you have to go.
We should check to see if the emergency beacon survived the crash. But in the likely event it didn't, we might be able to piece together some components to create a makeshift emergency beacon.
Well, let's find out. Entering the category of no duh, there is no way this vessel will ever fly again. But there's a backup generator, and I might be able to build a subspace beacon. It ain't gonna do much, but for my crew, I have the utmost confidence that it will go exactly as it should. Provided, of course, I can find all the pieces I need. Oh, we've got the communications array. Now I just need the beacon and a, what is that, subspace distortion inverter. Gotta love the technical babble. That's the distortion inverter, and oh, it looks pretty shiny and reflective. Although I noticed that it's not reflecting me. A lot of games seem to have trouble with that kind of reflective surface. In Star Citizen, if I look in a mirror, I don't see myself at all. They think I'm a vampire. City of Heroes, on the other hand, early in its life, it had the same problem, but near the back end of its life, they had an alter mode put in, which really ramped up the reflectivity of the windows. Incredibly impressive. Couldn't necessarily see in them, but you could see yourself in them. Alright, let's hook this up and get ready to get out. Wait for rescue outside. This is going to be a good day. Those aren't Romulan or Republic uniforms.
Did you think you could run from me?
Hey, Obasek, how's the eye?
planned this from the beginning. You fool. You were never safe. Prisoner 1478, take your place. You did your job admirably.
Oh,
it is good to know at
Slamek.
least one Ream
Really?
understands who is the master and who is the slave. There is nobody you can trust. Nobody. I knew that I had to break your spirit. For my revenge to be complete, I had to show you just how helpless you truly are. When the Iconians return, I shall have no more distractions. But you will not be there on that dreaded day.
I really like the way they do this whole dialogue, little circling around.
You took my eye. You
Yeah.
subverted my plans.
Yeah.
But at last, you will know that all your struggles were meaningless.
Tovin will carry on.
Aim.
Oops! Darn, if only he had resisted his urge to monologue, he might have been able to get away with it. This is the kind of thing that happens when you gloat. Opethek, I got good news and bad news.
I apologize for Slamic's action. I had no idea there was a traitor in our midst. If his actions caused harm to you or your crew, forgive me. That was not my intent. However, your trip to the Nopata system was not in vain. Now you see. Now you know. Hakiv is a pawn of a greater power. The demons of air and darkness are here. You should report to your superiors. Tell them what you have seen here. Open their eyes to the dangers that lurk in the shadows.
Alright, so let's grab all those rewards.
Congratulations, Admiral.
I've got new duty officers. I'll take that, thank you. Assault officer, maintenance sensors.
Starfleet intelligence has come. I have
Not
new
right
missions
now.
for you.
And we'll chat about that next time. Because we are coming up to the 10 o'clock hour, and therefore the conclusion of the evening. But we'll take care of a little bit of administrivia first. Such as, I have a handy new starship shield to attach. It is substantially better than what I'm using now. So we're going to attach that, and you'll notice it's going to change my appearance. This Riemann prototype shield was the first shield that would change the appearance of your starship. Well, maybe. Now that I think about it, I'm not entirely sure if the Borg Task Force stuff had come in first. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I can't recall for sure. It was one of the first and nothing else. Skills. We're going to continue improving my engineering stats here. Specifically, the ability to increase their recharge speed. There are similar abilities, incidentally, for the science and the tactical. But since the engineering stuff is my meat and drink here, that's what we're going with. Everything else here is basically almost sellable. Let me see about equipment. I have this level 8 bit of equipment I can give away. Is this an exploit weapon? Because if it's an exploit weapon, no, we'll keep it there then. I think that we are at the point where I am going to basically sell everything in inventory. So with that in mind, let's call up a Sulaban cell ship. And do a little bit of selling of materials. That's bound to account. This is bound to account. Find on equip for that. Bound to account for that. Find on equips we're going to hold off on. We're going to put those on the exchange. That's on the outside chance. Bound to account. I'm not getting rid of that pre-fire chamber quite yet. Find on equip. Bound to account. Find on equip. I have no idea how well they're going to do as far as finances go, but it's worth a try. And I think that may be it as far as what I'm going to be selling for now. So we have warp core, pistol, and turret, all of which are eager be sold off to somebody. I hope. Let's find out, shall we? Oh, it's a poor sign when I throw a warp core on here and I get no hits. Let's get rid of the SEP and see if I can get better. SEP, Starship Engine System Performance. Well, we seem to have a number of things that are pretty pricey, but unfortunately mine's green quality, so its general value is 15,000, so we'll put it up for 14,000. Yes, it's actually undercutting the competitor there. That's life on an auction block. Stun pistol, Polaron, again coming up as nothing. So let's lop off the dot, do a search. 10,000 for that. That's what they're putting up for. Well, I'm gonna put this for 5,000 because I think that's all it's going to be worth. If I can get 4,000 out of it, I'll have taken a bite out of its value. Finally, turret, Polaron. And it looks like they're averaging at 30k. I think that's pushing it, but I'm willing to do 20k to see how that shakes out. I'm dubious that it'll get that much. But you never know. And with that, I believe we are at the conclusion of tonight's festivities. Thank you for watching, anyone who's happened to gotten this far. Judging from the looks of things, I don't have anybody else on here but me right now. That's a hazard when you're streaming a game like Star Trek Online. It doesn't have the popularity power. Nevertheless, I shall continue to persist. Next Wednesday, I will pick this up at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. We will theoretically be coming near the end of this episodic arc. If we take a little peek ahead to our freedom, we have 2 missions left, and one of them doesn't actually really count, technically speaking. So we have 1 major mission left in this arc, and that should wrap up next week. I will also be streaming on Sunday afternoon. I finally got the day right the first time. I will be streaming Star Citizen for those interested in that game. The startup time on that will be approximately 1 p.m. Eastern, and I'll stream to approximately 3 p.m. Eastern. As always, the end time is variable on pretty much everything I do here, depending on where things stand at that time. If I am in the middle of something, and it's not an obviously good stopping point, I keep going until I reach one. It's only fair. But that wraps things up for tonight. Thank you for watching. This is Korith Landwalker, signing off.